This video is all about solving this um, polynomial of two equations. Now we are solving for x and y. Now we are given x plus y equal to 9 and x to the power 3 plus y to the power 3 equal to 189. So now we are asked to solve for x and y. But before we begin, I want to use this medium to appreciate my subscribers, both old and new subscribers, and also want to appreciate my viewers. Please do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share the video. Thank you. Now let's begin. The question is x plus y is equal to 9, while x to the power 3 plus y to the power 3 is equal to 189. Now let's call this equation 1, this is equation 2. Now for us to start, let's now say now equation 1, let's multiply, let's say x plus y all to the power 3 is equal to 9 to the power what? 3. So now if you open up this bracket, now let's say 9 to the power 3 is the same thing as 9 square times 9. And 9 square is 81 times 9 will give us what? 729. That is what it will give us. Now here, this will give us, now for x plus y, it is 1. Let me write it here. It's 1, 1. So you look at the coefficient here is 1, the coefficient here is also 1. Now let's say you add 0 here. For x square, you have x square plus what? 2xy plus y square. So now you have 2 here, you have 1, 1. Now if you add 0, now look at the trend here. Now if you look at it now, if you add 0 plus 1, you have 1 here. If you add 1 plus 1, you have 2. If you add 1 plus 0, you have 1. So now this is 0, 0. Now the same applicable to 3 now. If you add 1 plus 1, 0 plus 1, you have 1. If I add 1 plus 2, you have 3. If you add 1 plus 2 plus 1, you have 3. If you add 1 plus 0, you add 1. So when you check now, these are the coefficients. Now the way the thing goes is, now from this one, now the coefficient will be moving this way. You have x to the power, let's say n, but I don't want to use n. This is 3 now. N to the power 3, this one, then y to the power 0. So now meaning, then the next one is just like saying x to the power 3, then this other one, y to the power 3 minus 3. That is the way it is. So now the next one will be, now you see here you're starting at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now okay, we can just say, instead of writing this, you say you start with, so here will be 0, here will be 3 minus 0. So now 3 minus 0 is 3. So now here you now have x. So here now you now have x 3 minus 1, x to the power 3 minus 1, y to the power 1. Now you have here x to the power 3 minus 2, y to the power 2. Then here you have x to the power 3 minus 3, y to the power 3. See? So meaning you have 0, y will be to the power 0, 1, y will be to the power 1. So when you write down this, anything raised to power 0 is 1. So you have x3, then this one now will be, so here the coefficient is 1. So now you have plus, here the coefficient is 3, x to the power 3 minus 1 is 2, y. Then plus x to the power, no, 3, there is 3 here, the coefficient here is 3. So here 3 minus 2 is 1. Then y to the power 2. Then plus the coefficient here is 1. Then x to the power 3 minus 3. 3 minus x to the power 3 minus 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. So you will not see x here again. So now this one, y to the power 3. So that is where the way it what it to be. So when we expand this, you have x to the power 3 plus 3 to the power 3 to the power 3, 3x to the power 2, y plus 3x y to the power 2 plus y to the power 3 is equal to 729. Now, when you look critically, you see that you have this expression here. So let's bring it together. You have x to the power 3 plus y to the power 3 plus, now there is, now this other one, you bring it here, 3 to the power x square y plus 3xy square is equal to what? 729. Now this whole of this is this, which is 189. So the whole of this is 189 plus this whole thing. This whole thing, when you look at it, there is a common factor. The common factor is 3xy. So if you use 3xy to divide 3x square y, you now have x, plus if you use 3xy to divide 3xy square, you now have y, which will be equal to 729. Now, if you look critically, this value here is equal to, is the same thing as 6, which is 9. So if you see anywhere you see x plus y, you substitute 9 into it, you have 189 plus 3xy times 9 equal to 729. Now we can now move to another page. You have 189 plus 3xy times 9 equal to 729. Now there is a value that is common here. Now you divide all through by 9. 9 is common, so I will divide here by 9, divide here by 9, divide here by 9. If you divide here by 9, you have 21 plus, you divide here by 9, this one will cancel out, you have 3xy equal to, if you divide this by 9, 9 here you have 81. So now 3 can still divide them. 3 divide this, 3 can divide all of them. So now 3 divide this, you have 7, plus 3 divide this goes out, you have xy, which is equal to 3 divide here 1, 3 divide this is 27. So now you have here 27. So now if you move this to the right hand side, so that you will have the variables on one side and the constant on one side, you now have xy equal to 27 minus 7. So this 7 goes to this side, you have minus 7. So because this is plus, there is an imaginary plus here. So now moving this 7 plus 7 to this other side, it becomes minus 7. So you have xy equal to what? 20. Now, since we have xy equal to 20, xy is equal to what? 20. Now, let's look for no. We know that now we're going to look for x minus y so that with ease we can be able to solve. So now, for us to do that, we say x plus y square, we know this value, minus x minus y square. You know, this will give you, now let's expand. This will give us 4xy. But let's expand it and check. Since we have gotten this, which is 20, now let's expand and check. Now, because we're looking for this. Now, let me expand it where, okay, there is no space where I can expand it. Let me expand it up here. If you expand this x plus y square, you have, what you have is x square plus 2xy plus x plus y square. Now, if you expand this, you have x square minus 2xy plus y square. Now, if you subtract this one will cancel out this will cancel out this. Then minus times minus will give you plus. So you have 4xy. So that is why how we got this. Now, having known that, we know this to be 9. So let's substitute the values of what we know. We know x, y. We know this as 9, which is given here x plus y equal to 9. Now, we know that as 9. So now we'll come here, put 9 square minus x plus y square is equal to what? 4 times 20, because xy is 20. So we just put it there. So now 9 square is what? 81 minus x plus y square is equal to 80. So now, if you look at this critically now what we're going to do is interchangeably, if we switch this expression, we change the sign here. Now, so look at it now. If we switch this to this other side, we change the sign here. But okay, let me not do it that way so that some people will not get confused. So what we're going to do is, if I can move this one, I can move this 81 to this other side. So moving 81 to that other side, you have now minus x. Sorry, here is minus. Here is minus y. So we have minus bracket open x minus y square is equal to 80 minus 81. Now you have minus bracket open x minus y square equal to minus 1. That means minus 1x bracket open x minus y square is equal to minus 1. So divide all through by minus 1. This one will cancel out here. You have x minus y all squared is equal to 1. So taking the square root of both sides, now you have, square root means x minus y all squared, mean all to the power of half. So square root of 1 is plus or minus. There is a plus or minus here, plus or minus 1. So now it's just like multiplying the powers by half. The square root is just like multiplying. So these two will cancel out this. You are left with x minus y equal to plus or minus 1. So we have gotten x minus 1 equal to plus or minus 1. So that means x minus y is equal to 1 or minus 1. So these are the two answers here. So having gotten that, we know that x plus y is equal to 9. Now for x minus y equal to 1, if you add these two things, if you add them, this will cancel out. So you have 2x equal to what? 10. So that means our x is equal to what? Now if you divide all through by 2, now you will now have x equal to what? 5. These 2 cancel this, you have x here. 2 cancels, 2 divide itself 1, 2 divide 10 is 5. So x is equal to 5. So since x is equal to 5, now substituting this into this equation, you now have 5 plus y is equal to what? 9. So y will be equal to what? 9 minus what? 5. Because if you move this 5 to this other side, because 9 minus 5, which is equal to 4. That means for this one, you have x to be 5, while y is what? 4. Now, for the situation where, sorry, this is 4. So for the situation where you have, now you have x plus y equal to 9, and for x minus y equal to minus 1, which is this case. Now if you add these equations, you have, if you add them, you have 2x. This will cancel out. You have 9 plus minus 1, you have 8. So divide all through by 2, you have what? X is equal to what? 4. Now if you say subtract this equation from this equation, if you subtract, x will cancel each other, then you have 2y. So let's use, here we use addition. Now if you say subtract equation, I can call this is equation 1 from the beginning. So this should be equation what? Now let's say we have this also equation 3. So this equation 4. So this one will be equation 5. Now subtract equation 5 from subtract equation 1, sorry, from equation 5. So you have x plus y equal to 9 minus x minus 1 equal to minus 1. So if you minus, say, so x minus x will cancel out, plus y minus y will give you 2y, because minus times minus will give you plus. So y plus y is equal to 2y. So now minus times minus is plus. So 9 minus 1 is what? 10. So divide all through by 2. You have y to be equal to what? 5. So in this case, you have x is equal to 4, y is equal to what? 5. So there are 2 points here. You have x1 y1 equal to 5 for y, the other one x2 y2 you have 4 5. So this is the 2 points. This is a 2 point where these two equations intersect. This is 2 points where the two equations intersect. So it has 2 points where it intersects with each other. So now that is the end of the class. That is the end of this video. Please subscribe, like, comment, and also share the video. And when you subscribe, please hit the notification bell. Thank you.